स्टार्ट तो नहीं हुआ है अभी, है ना?
Yes, we are live now, Gaurav, so you can just
Then it's
go on.
showing me the event will start soon.
You can refresh it, it will come on.
No, not able to see that video.
There could be a delay of some time, so maybe it will show up. All right, I think it's just about time that we can start. Basically, there is usually a delay of a few minutes when we stream it. So I think it's time, and I think we can kickstart the event. So a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone who have joined this event. We are very excited to showcase the newest version of Tibco to MuleSoft Migration Accelerator with all of you. Thank you so much for taking our time to be the part of this event. Before we dive into the demo, I would like to start with the quick introductions. My name is Avnish Sharma. I'm the product manager for the T2M Accelerator development here in Caelius Consulting. And I would pass it on to Manjeet Saini.
Yeah, thank you, Manish. I'm Manjit Sani, a former Java architect who is currently working as a MuleSoft architect on the development of a TIPCO to MuleSoft Migration Accelerator. Thank you for the joining live session. Now I'm passing to Gaurav.
Thanks, Manjeet. Hi all, good evening. I'm Gaurav Oprai, a MuleSoft architect. Also do have strong background on other platforms, integration platforms, and Java. I have been integral part of this TIPCO to MuleSoft Accelerator and very happy to be here and demonstrate this great tool with you all. Thank you. Over to you, Abnish.
Thanks a lot, Gaurav. So today we are actually excited because today we are going to showcase the newest version, and this particular version is going to support the TIPCO Business Works 6 projects that we are going to migrate. We're going to show you live migrating to the MuleSoft and also JMS to Async APIs. Before we delve into the demo, I would quickly like to outline the agenda for today's webinar. We're going to start with an introduction to Caelius, our success story, and then we will further move on to the introduction to TIPCO to MuleSoft Accelerator. Uh, Further to that, Manjeet will be explaining us the T2M process flow, how the overall process is running from the TIPCO to the MuleSoft ecosystem. Gaurav Roy will further present us a demo, the live demo of the migration in action. Um, Further to that, we'll have a quick recap for all of our viewers, and then we'll be telling you the forward-looking statement, wherein we will be announcing the future updates in that are coming in the near future. So, quickly about Caelius, we are a global company and headquartered in Dallas, Texas, and we have a near-shore development center in Canada, two offshore delivery centers in India, and another one in Singapore. We are 240 plus people company, and will be around 300 plus company in the next 3 to 4 months. Uh, we have by so far implemented over 80 plus MuleSoft implementations, and with zero red accounts. And it has great to be in this journey, and of course, very glad that all of you have joined this event today with us. Uh, Also, would like to uh, showcase a bit of our success here. You can see a couple of logos belonging to all the different verticals and all the different segments. We have been able to serve the customers from the enterprise level to the strat accounts to the SMB customers. Worked for many Fortune 500 companies, and our recent mules in MuleSoft, our recent services have been around a lot around the MuleSoft RPA and the Endpoint Partner Manager. Those are the new product offerings from the MuleSoft. So going further, just a quick introduction to the tool. Basically, the T2M Migration Accelerator is a tool through which we can accelerate the MuleSoft adoption. The tool significantly reduces 50% reduction in the migration effort if we talk about the resource and the time effort that is consumed. Uh, we will dwell deeper into the how the tool actually migrates the typical projects to the MuleSoft ecosystem. But on a high level, the automated migration publication of the API specifications are taken care by the accelerator. The automated Mule flows are created, and yeah, we get a MuleSoft project to work on with a click of a button. So. without further ado, I would like to, we would like to delve into the demo of the product. So, first of all, I think I would pass it over to Manjeet, and who can help us explain the process flow of how the migration is going to happen within our tool. Over to you, Manjeet.
Yep, thank you. Let me explain how the process flow through this tool that we have programmed, and what the expected output is, and what is the input required for this tool. And we will begin with the input for this accelerator. For this, we require an artifact as input. This will be an ER file. Once we have identified which integration we want to migrate to MuleSoft, let's we say have identified as few service that can be a REST or SOAP. Our accelerator process this ER file depending on whether it is REST or SOAP. It will process accordingly. If the project is REST, the accelerator will upload the RAML to Design Center. After creating RAML, it will further publish it on Exchange. If it is SOAP services, then accelerator will directly publish asset on Exchange. After completing the exchange step, then it scaffolds the TIPCO project as a MuleSoft project. In this way, Accelerator seamlessly migrate the TIPCO project to corresponding MuleSoft project and save a huge amount of development effort. Now I'm passing it to Gaurav to demonstrate this process.
Thanks, Manjeet. Uh, Let me take over to the demonstration. Um, so this is our second webinar where we want to show that tool how it works, and we discuss about how in which flavors it come earlier. So this tool comes with the two flavors. One is UI based, other is a command line. So for this demonstration we will be focusing on the UI part, and we'll see how it goes for the from the upload of the file, upload of the artifact, and generation of the MuleSoft project. So this is a very easy tool where I will be browsing the file. First use case where I'm taking the REST API. So here you can see I have a ER file of the Tibco that is a REST implementation. I'm just browsing this ER file, and I can rename the project, whatever the project name I need to define as an API while converting that Tibco project to the MuleSoft. Right now I'm giving the same. So it's an employee API, so I'm adding that demographics and appending rest as well, just for to showcase where in the design center, in exchange, and downloading the project we can identify easily that this is the API which we have just now created. So along with the project name I am selecting the project type, and I'm going with the automated process, nothing about the manual right now, and just clicking the submit while everything goes in the background. So once I have given that ER file, it start at the back end to upload that ER file on the server, and then it will processing means it will extract the ER file, it will understand the project folder structure which has been created, and this main thing we want to cover today is that most probably for the BW6. Our last demo was more related to BW5, and this time we are converting the BW6 projects to the MuleSoft. Same background steps needs to be involved. It's just that the different folder structures needs to be taken care by the tool. So that is already happening in the background. So the project is already created out to Design Center, also to the Exchange. It's been published. Right now, the project is being created for us. So it's very easy to use tool, and I just got the zip folder, which is nothing but the MuleSoft project which is being generated. So if I download this file, yeah, it's downloaded, and coming to the download location. Okay, so this is the folder which is nothing but the MuleSoft project itself, which is generated for us. I'm going to extract it so that we can import it. Uh, this is the part of the development process. But coming to the prior steps for the design and publish to the asset, I'm going to log into my account and showcase. Yeah, opening the design center. So here's the API which has been created into Design Center. Let me open this and showcase how the ramels look like and corresponding data types. Examples are being already created for us based on the schema definitions which were already present into the ER file. So this is our main ramel where you can see that different endpoints are there, different methods are being there, and that are automatically being created for us uh, along with the data types and the link between them. So these are the data types which are created for us automatically. So design part is completed. Post that, we can also see that tool was um, capable enough to publish the same design center project to exchange. Yeah. So in the exchange you can see this is the asset being published. This is a REST API and the corresponding endpoints and everything is already present over here. Right. Coming to the development part of the same project, I'm going to import the project which was generated through the tool. So it's getting imported. Taking a bit of time. Okay. Let me show you the flows which are generated for us. And this is the main configuration file where we can see the API kit router taking care of the routing configuration based on the endpoints and methods. So these everything is already accomplished for us, and we can directly make use of this API. There is a subflow to the all the implementation, that is the modularization. We want to have this in tool, and I would like also to run this application and show that this is fully functional API. And yeah, meanwhile it's getting deployed onto local, I can showcase what else we have done as part of the accelerator. We have the common file for the common configuration. You can see the router configuration under global configuration file, also the listener and the YAML file which we want to configure for the different environments. So same can be enabled here. For this one we only have the local, and but going forward as we go for the development we can add those files required as per the environment, but the configuration is already in place. Coming to the dependency also, we can see over here that the asset which was published is been already referred to the in the project and as added as a dependency in the POM file. So that's the reason we can see that the same uh, asset and the corresponding files are available to us in Studio. Okay. the project is successfully deployed. That is the first step. And let me clear the logs so that we can see the console logs when we are invoking this API. So I have the Postman collection already available, and I can invoke that BW6 project which is converted for us. And first, let's create that employee. This is the endpoint which we are going to invoke. Yeah, so it's created successful 200. Okay, same we can see in the logs. So as we have seen that there is a main flow and the subflows, so we can see first the trigger goes to the main flow, that is the starting of the main flow. Then it's also coming to the subflow and ending that process, and at final the main flow is also completed successfully. So that how it goes. This is the very first use case for the REST BW6. Now coming to the another use case for the SOAP. I'm going to close this project so it's not creating any intermediate impact. So coming back to our UI, where we can also have the capability to browse that same ER, and tool is capable enough to recognize the different folder structure. Just we need to specify the project type. So I'm going to go with the second use case, that is SOAP. And let me give employee demo graphics rest. Instead of rest, I will rename it to SOAP because this is the SOAP structure. And we will be able to see the difference that the payload which we have used, that was a JSON payload, but now as it's a SOAP service, we are bound to use the XML. So again, the same thing, I have selected the project type and the automated process. So in this way, it's again going in the background, the process are same. It will try to read through the all the ER, what are the visual file, what all the dependent XSDs are there, what are the XMLs are there. So all those readability is completed. Then it goes to the MuleSoft process to create design center project. Those steps are just now completed. Though it's a SOAP API, we have to consider that MuleSoft doesn't support the SOAP creation in the design center, though it's have the capability of enablement in the exchange asset. So we are only creating the exchange asset at the moment. So that is created already. And what it's trying to do is now, based on the operations available in Wisdom, it has scaffolded the different flows for us. So I'm going to download this file, that is a MuleSoft project for the SOAP. Yeah, extract all. I'm going to import this project, and in the background let it happen. And I'm quickly going to the endpoint platform, where I can show you that in the exchange we already have this asset published as a SOAP asset. So you can see now the two assets are there. One is the REST API, one is SOAP API that we have just now created for us. So again, we will not be able to see what all endpoints are available, as this is not capability as of now from the MuleSoft. But we can have that download and see what is the visual and dependent XSDs over there. Coming back to the studio, yeah, so this is now imported. And very first thing you can notice is, instead of API kit router, this is SOAP router that is being taken care by the tool. And correspondingly, it has also created the flows, where we are creating, updating and deleting the employee. And those things are coming out of the operations which are available in the wisdom file. So if there are multiples, uh, WSDL dependencies, multiple ports, and those also will be uh, coming up and generating the flows correspondingly. So similar thing for the folder structure here, the same global file you can see, same configurations are bundled under a single configuration file, and the implementation have each of the implementations, and let me run it as well in parallel. So if we want to see what was the WSDL and XSDs, we can come over to the resources folder. We can expand this WSDL where we can see that WSDLs were there and corresponding schemas. So these all artifacts are available to us so that we can verify, and we want to understand what were the operations. So we these things are already available to us under resources. So again, mentioning that this conversion what we are showcasing right now belongs to the BW6, though it won't be um, if you have attended the earlier session, it won't look much different because the conversion at the front end will be the same, but the folder structure which Tibco provides at the back end of the ER, that structure follows a different thing. So what we have incorporated in this is the understanding of that folder structure, that different files, that linkage between the files, those are already taken care for BW6. Okay, so right now this project is also deployed successfully. This is a SOAP project, and I'm cleaning this. Coming to the Postman collection, I do have the BW6 Postman where we have the different operations and the endpoints. This is for the creation of the employee. So it's been created successfully, and we can come back to the logs and see that yeah, the API was triggered and it's been completed successfully. And if you want to update anything into the employee record, yeah, I can do that. Okay, this salary looks good to me. Let me add more. Send, yeah, updated employee operation, and we can again verify ending update employee. So this flows and subflows are already completed. So this is pretty much for the SOAP and REST. So coming to the next exciting use case is the very much JMS. So TIPCO also provides the subscriber thing apart from web services. So right now in this release, we have also incorporated JMS conversion to async APIs. So yeah, MuleSoft support subscriber operations through the async APIs. Though there are some differences, we will try to discuss around this demo. Coming to the back to the UI, where we can import that JMS service which is already built in TIPCO. Coming to BW6 and JMS. Okay, JMS. So this time we have to select, this is a async API model. So we have to select corresponding project type, and again going through the automatic process and clicking on submit to generate the corresponding MuleSoft project for us. Right. So it's not like there can be only one queue which have the subscriber functionality in the Tipco project. If it has the multiple subscriber, that is also taken care by the tool. So different queues will be generated onto the endpoint time queue. Different clients will be registered for each of one. So those things we can see just now once it's created. Okay, so the process is completed. Let me download the project. Okay, so I'm going to extract the project and import Studio. So let it get imported, and we'll come back to this platform side where what we are doing at the design center and at the exchange level. Let me showcase that first. Right. So this one, yeah. So this is the specification which is created for the async API. It's not the YAML, but this is a YAML file. And what we have to define is the tool will be identifying what all queues are there, and it will be able to create those queues definitions and corresponding data types, which is going to be used by this queue. So all those definitions are already been enabled here. Subscribe. We can see that what is the expected fields onto this queue. So those things are being incorporated as part of design center project. Coming to the MQ, where the queues are being created for us. So right now by default what we have selected is the US East region. So this is configurable. We can create the queues anywhere else as well. So what is the queue name? I can just see that is implementation employee dot create is the queue name. Employee uh, dot I think this is, yeah,
Yeah, Gaurav. Just switch
this is
to a
the
sandbox environment. Yeah, sandbox.
sandbox. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, this is the one. So
Yeah.
employee.create is a queue name which has been created, and we can see that if we are passing a message, if we are publishing a message, this API should be able to read and process it. So I'm going to run this API as well. You can see there is a subscriber, no HTTP listener, or the kit router. But depending on the queues which are there in the ER file, those many flows will be dynamically created for us. Those many subscribers and those many subflows will be available to us. Coming to the POM file, we have not seen for the other projects, so let me showcase for at least for this one. Coming to the dependency, yeah, it's starting from here. We can see that MQ connector configuration dependency is already been added to the POM file. That's the reason it's able to recognize these connectors. Else we you already know that it will be showing as an unknown thing. So so compile is completed. It's trying to deploy in local. Yeah, it's deployed also successfully. And let me clean this console, and we will try to publish a message. And JSON, I can take a reference for the existing schema, because the schema which we have used is pretty much same. Copy, paste it on here, and I'm sending this message onto the queue. Same is being read over here through the API. Yeah, so these logs are just now logged, and you can see that this is the starting of the main flow, and this is the starting of the end of the subflow. So this is completed and acknowledged to the queue. And if we want to see that if there is any pending message, right now we have published, we can come back and see if there is pending message onto the queue. Yeah, so no pending message, it's been read from the API. So this is what we want to showcase for the async API. This is a new functionality over to the release, this release. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much for the demonstration part. Over to you, Avnish. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much for such an exciting demo, Gaurav. Anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to address them. Uh, Going further to this, in this tool, we for some of the viewers who
Okay.
might have joined a bit late, Gaurav, if you could just do a quick recap. Uh,
Sure. So let me complete this slide, take this slide as well. So to recap, for this release and for the earlier release, I'm going to summarize that. The tool Tipco to MuleSoft tool uh, is enabler for converting that MuleSoft TIPCO projects, the artifacts. We prefer to use the artifacts for the EAR file, but not the project itself. Though it's a configurable thing, we also support from the UI console that the project can be taken as an input and it will be converting to corresponding MuleSoft project. So as I discussed shared earlier, that we have the two flavors, UI and command line. So we can have that EAR as an input or the project file, project zip structured as well. So the tool will be converting those EAR or the project files to the MuleSoft project. What it does internally is it read through that folder structure, identifies if it is a BW5 project or BW6 project. Correspondingly, it also checks what kind of web service or the interface it is providing. If it is a SOAP, it's a REST or the Async API. So all those computations goes in the background, and at the end, what we get is the MuleSoft project, which is scaffolded based on the operations available, based on the endpoints available. Also take care of the publishing the asset onto exchange and the designing part. So designing to implementation, everything is completed throughout for any of the interfaces which is being developed in Tipco.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Gaurav. Uh, Moving further to this, let me share my screen. Want to quickly go past this forward-looking statement. We have in the last forward-looking statement, we promised to have the TIPCO Business Works 6 and the JMS support, and these requirements, basically we are building up these release pipelines are being made as the requirements we are getting from the customers. We are already using the tool to migrate some of the TIPCO projects for our customers to the MuleSoft. And as we are seeing more scenarios, more requirements, we are creating our release pipelines. And the next update that we are going to roll out will be XPath to Data Week migration that we're going to roll out on the first week of October. Uh, and yeah, we'll hold this session one more time with this new functionality. And that's pretty much for today. I mean, thank you very much for joining this session today. For any questions, queries, if you want to have this demo for your particular use cases, you can reach out to us at t2m_engineering at the rate caeliusconsulting.com, and we'll reply back to you, and we can set up a meeting and just try to work with the use cases that you have in the tip code that you want to migrate to the MuleSoft ecosystem. Thank you so much again for joining this session. I wish you all the very best in your integration journey. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.